Jake! Go Cookie! Go! Up the Rabbitohs!
Guys, and welcome back to AdosTheGreat YouTube channel. So guys, in today's video we are going to be rapidly reviewing how I went in round 15, and then I'll be giving you my round 16 tips. Super excited to jump into this one. It's going to be a quick video like always, guys, so strap in, hit that like button, hit that sub button, and let's get into it, I guess. Alright, so now before we get into round 15, if you remember round 14, I got a perfect week, right? Perfect week in round 14, good stuff, we move on. Round 15, I tipped Carlton to beat Geelong, tipped them by 8, they won by a lot more, so I think 63 points that is. So very strong win there from the Blues. There's a tip right, you love it. Lions putting on an absolute clinic over Port Adelaide, almost beating them by 80 points. Yeah, another tip right, we love that. Swans got up once again. Man, this Swans, look, bit of a tangent here. The Swans are incredible this season. Like, they are, I don't know who beats them. I generally don't. I reckon they lose max 3 games. That is it. I think they are going to go all the way this year. And if you disagree, I think you're a fool. They're the team to beat, 1,000%. But there's another tip right. They beat the Giants. Next up, North Melbourne came close to beating the Demons. Lucky though, lucky for me, because I tipped the Demons. We get another one right. Then we saw Essendon take down my Eagles by 30 points. It was actually quite competitive for a little bit in this game, but come the fourth quarter, Essendon just blew West Coast out of the water there. Now, I don't normally tip against my own teams, but I do in the AFL. Another tip right. And then to round out the weekend, I backed in Fremantle at Optus to beat the Suns. Another tip right, which means 2 weeks in a row, I've gone 6 from 6. If you're following my tips, you do it all right. I need to put a bet on because I tell you what, I'd be up a bit of money here. I would be up a bit of money. I think my luck probably runs out this week, but let's get into it. Round 16 tips. Lions against the Demons. This is being played at the Gabba. For being honest with you, I do think the Lions win this one. I'm going to go 21-point win. I think that's a pretty good margin there. Lions, they're tough to tip this year. They really are, because they're kind of killing it away. It's the home game season they've been struggling with. But I just don't think Melbourne are up for it this season. I think they will fall out of the top 8. I think the Lions, I think they win it by a few goals there. All right, next up, North Melbourne against the Western Bulldogs. I genuinely think this is a game that the Kangaroos could pull off an upset. I really do. But I've got to go with my head here. I'm going to back in the Dogs. I think they get the job done. Swans, Freo, I'm backing in Sydney. As I said, I don't think they'll lose too many more games this year. At Sydney, they don't lose this one. I would consider tipping Fremantle if it was at Optus, but I just can't see Freo winning this one. I think Sydney put on a bit of a clinic in this one, to be honest. Gold Coast Suns against Collingwood, another game that definitely, I think this one could go either way. I think the Suns they're sort of starting to struggle now, so I think Collingwood probably do win this one, but it wouldn't surprise me if the Suns did get up in it. Now this one's a tough one. This one is bloody tough. This is where it becomes difficult. So we've got the Adelaide Crows against the GWS Giants. Now the Giants, they lost to the Swans, but they're playing decent footy. Adelaide at home, they do turn it up occasionally at home, but they've been a bit off this season. So I am going to tip against them. I'm going to tip the Giants, but I do think this one could come back to bite me. I think this one is one that could go either way. Next up, Cats against the Bombers. I'm surprised the Cats are the favourite here. I know it's at the G. Well, I mean, Essendon, they play well at the G. They played good this year. I think people are underestimating Essendon. I am going to go against the tipster's choice in this one. Could it come back to bite me? Absolutely, as could this one and this one. But I do think Essendon get the job done here. I'm all Essendon this year. I'm all in on Essendon. Crazy, I know. St Kilda and Port Adelaide. Another game that I really do think could go either way. I don't know what Saints team we're going to get. I don't know what Power team we're going to get. I'm going to tip with my head and back in Port Adelaide. But again, far from confident about that one.